Okay. I believe everything is working correctly. So, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Hi. I'm a practical eccentric, and I am here for some Autonomica Alpha. Let me do this because I think the sound will stay on while I am. We'll have to figure it out for sure. But let me double check something because I am trying some new stuff. So let me see. Nope. I don't know why that's like that. Let me. So, Happy New Year. I decided to try some stuff, not really at the last minute, but like kinda. So I'm curious to know why this doesn't look quite right. Let me go in and see if I can fix it real quick. This one is, what? This one is, nope. Brain, please work with me. This is Twitch. Let's see if I can fix it real quick. Nope. Okay. We might have to just turn off the things I'm trying to experiment with if I can't make them behave. I don't want that. Hmm. Yeah, if I can't make it behave, we'll... Oh, you know what? I bet I know what this is. I bet I know why. So let's do this. We'll say this. And we'll save. And we'll see if it works. Because I'm fully expecting things not to work exactly how I think they should work. And they aren't working pretty much exactly how I expected them to not behave. So, who says we can't start the new year with a little bit of old year chaos? So let's see. Where am I at? I believe I am at 195 subscribers. So we'll just say this. I don't know why that doesn't look right. Yeah, it's not right. So what I'm going to do... Why is that weird? Oh man, does it not look right? Okay. What the... Remove. Yes. Why is that there? All right, so we'll just do this, and we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and we'll do this. And we'll just ignore it for tonight. Because I don't know why it's not working correctly. So that will have to get troubleshot. There we go. That's probably right. At some other point in the future. But for now, we'll just get back to our regularly scheduled program because I kind of... Okay. So if you weren't watching, I was trying to do subscriber and follower goals for both Twitch and YouTube since I'm multi-streaming. And thought I had set everything up correctly. Got a new overlay made so that there would be like nice little places for those little goals to go on the screen while I was playing. And yeah, I don't know why they don't look accurate numbers wise. So I'm going to have to figure that out and then try again for the next stream. But I figure at least the first part of the year, there's going to be some trial and error going on. So let's talk about the quote of the night, because that kind of feeds into this. So we'll start there and we'll say the quote of the night is, "And now we welcome the new year, full of things that have never been." And that's from Raina Maria Reich, I think is how that's pronounced. That is my best attempt. And at least for now, this is going to be my final quote of the day segment. I've been thinking about it for a while. If you have been with me in the last few months, I have been talking about wanting to change some stuff up, wanting to kind of reevaluate how I'm doing certain things and see what might evolve out of like changing some of that stuff. And one of the things kind of up in the air and I had been debating about was doing a quote of the day or a quote of the night, depending on the stream, and what it might look like going forward, if it's going to exist at all. And for now, I'm going to be eliminating doing that at the beginning of the stream, and then also creating a video series, which actually was really a podcast series because I talk about it. Yeah, I actually had picked this quote a couple of weeks ago because it felt very fitting, since today is the first day of 2026, to just kind of go, okay, here we are. We're going to start doing some new stuff. And one of the ways we do new stuff is by saying goodbye to some of the old stuff and making room for the new things. So today, I don't know, maybe around 3 or so, I was like, you know what? I need to go ahead and start working on some of my elements, some of my changes that I have been kind of working towards starting, and decided, hey, I looked up how to do this whole subscriber follower goal counter thing on as an element on my screen during stream. I bet I could just do that, and it probably wouldn't take me that much to figure it out, and I'm already fussing with stuff anyway, so let's go ahead and try. Well, it did not go as expected. Well, it did go as expected. I expected not to get it right, but I tried, and I'm feeling fairly positive about trying and failing at it, because it's not like that's the be-all, end-all. I never have to try again. So it's okay. I mean, it's a little disappointing because I was like, when I looked up how to do it, I was like, that seems fairly straightforward. I bet even I could do that. And theoretically, I have done some of the work, but there's probably something I'm missing. And it's probably a toggle or a switch, or oh, I need to refresh this thing, or I need to get it out of a certain mode, or whatever it is. But future me gets to figure that out, and there's no time limit on future me. So even though there is now pressure on future me, it's not like life or death pressure. So we will try some new things out. We will say goodbye to some of the old things, and we will continue chipping away at the long, long list that never ends. It just evolves, and more things get added as we check things off. And it will all be okay. So, hi, this year is full of potential. And I'm not going to think one way or the other about it just because sometimes you try things and they don't work out. Because sometimes you try things and they work out better than you could have ever expected. So, why don't we try out some of this? And hi, and welcome. And I am happy to be here. I apologize if you were hoping I was here on Sunday. I did have to cancel. I'm not going to go into too much depth about it. Not that it's like off limits to talk about. It's just I would rather be present and have this time be what it is, as opposed to thinking too hard about things that are hard, because this time is kind of a way to chunk out a chunk of time and just be here. So let's be here. And I hope you are doing well. I hope your New Year's was as good as it could be. You know, not everybody has the best New Year's, but regardless, I hope it went as best as could be expected for whatever your moment in time was. And it's over now. New Year's Eve has come and gone, and 2026 is in in full swing. So, hi. Let's get everything set up on my thing over here. All right, that looks good. I don't have to have that up over there. I don't have a spreadsheet for this game, so I don't have to worry about that. That looks fine. Everything seems to be fine now that I have removed the thing that was misbehaving, and I just need this. Let's cover up this so I'm not distracted in my periphery, and let's actually not because of chaos. That really wasn't it. I had some stuff I had to talk to my husband about, and then I realized that this needed an update, and then I wanted to make sure I verified my game files, and I actually was like, okay, we're good. And then I needed another thing that needed to get done. I was like, shit. And then I was like, we're good. And then I realized another thing I needed to get done. I was like, shit. So that's why we were delayed. So even though I was prepared and could have been here on time, like there was just like 2 or 3 things that happened, I don't know, within what, 15 minutes of 7, where I was just like, well, I'm feeling positive. I've gotten things off my list, I've done some stuff, and it's still chaos. It will probably always be chaos. So, is this actually showing on the screen? It is. Okay. Sometimes this game likes to take a while to load, and sometimes I have to restart it. I've already restarted once, but that was also before I hit start streaming. So it might have gotten cranky sitting here in the menu screen. I'm also noticing a stunning lack of sound. Not that there's sound here, but in the menu there's usually sound. So we'll see once we get in game if sound is still being an issue. I did not see anything about needing to restart again. Oh, there we go. After the newest update. So hopefully. But where? Oh, Lord. Let's go ahead. Oh, I heard a sound. Maybe it's my headphones being too loud or too quiet. Because I did turn them down because they were really, really loud. Music is not on. That's why. I had turned the music all the way down. Let's look at the mixer and see how loud. Oh, it's not going to tell me. Yeah, it's probably going to be fine. Alright. My mixer gets angry while playing this game, so we're not going to look at the mixer while actually playing. We're just going to assume... We're just going to assume it's fine, because it looked approximately fine from what I could tell. On a wing and a prayer. Start 2026 on a wing and a prayer. Okay. So I did have to restart this since I played it... Was that in early December? Anyway. Because there was an update that they did recommend starting over. We are running real slow. Let's see if I can do a little graphics adjustment. Soft shadows. What is that? Quality. Performance. Okay. Really shouldn't need that. Why are we running so laggy? Does that help? Oh, we're angry. Why are we angry? Ooh, we're having trouble. It's locked up my whole computer. We're gonna have to restart. Okay. Well, if we can't play this tonight because of technical issues, we can switch to a different game. It's not ideal, but we can do it. So let me get into... How can I see this without making a big stink? No, we don't need that. Let's see this. Man, the best laid plans for this game, and then... it's just it's just like everything in its mother wants to fight me on it. You know, you could say that the beginning of the new year starting with like some fails is a sign of things to come, but I'm not going to really view it that way. I'm going to view it more as we're going to learn from some stuff this year. Maybe exercise some patience. Okay. It does take quite a while to load in at first, so I don't know. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the fact that okay, so last night my husband and my parents took the kids, and I was like, well, we could maybe splurge on a Steam sale game, or we could play Nightingale because we haven't played that together in a while. He's been playing Outer Worlds 2. Is that I think that's the one he's been playing. Um, and I was like, we could play a game together. And we ended up playing Sea of Thieves, and there's a Tall Tale, which is kind of like a story on its own of Monkey Island. So we played the first leg of that. And by the time we were done, we were like, okay, that's enough of that. There's like two more legs of it. And then he and I just zoned out. He ended up, some of his buddies were on playing Battlefield 6, so they were playing Battlefield 6, and I just played Supermarket Simulator. And that's how we rang in the new year, because we're exciting people. So, okay. Come on, you can do it. Wonder. Let's see if I can see what I need to see. How bad is it treating my computer at the minute? Not too bad at the minute. Now we're not actually in game. So that's good, but it looks like it's not responding, so it's going to crap out on me here in a second. Well, we might have to just shift gears. I'm gonna try this option and see what happens. But it is angry at the minute. I literally just updated it within the last hour. So I am wondering if this newest update is giving. You are feeding your Orling. And hello, Bama. Happy New Year. I hope you were doing well. I am in a fight right now with Autonomica. So I might have to switch gears if I can't get it to behave. I might actually look at the Discord and see if there's any word on this newest update giving people the business. Because right now it's giving me the business. Okay. I'm going to try it. Thank you. I'm going to try again. And fingers crossed. Because sometimes the first, like, that wasn't technically the first time I tried to load it up. But sometimes the first time doesn't go well and I have to do it again. In fact, that frequently happens. So, but yeah, we'll just start. Oh, and there it goes. See, it's usually that. Okay, now I'm keeping an eye on seeing what it's doing to my CPU. My CPU is mad. Really? Because it was making my GPU mad before. Okay, my CPU's chilled out. Could always play Teddy's Haven. I could play Teddy's Haven. I want to play this, though, damn it. Although I can tell where your new addiction is. Oh, I needed to keep that up to see if it was laggy while I was playing. Come on now. Give it to me. I need to check. Okay. Click that guy. Okay. Sound. Hello. Continue. Because I've only played this, I don't know, like 5 times since the alpha released. So I am definitely still very excited to get to play. And I've been saving story stuff for stream. But, like, I don't like being in a fight with it, that's for sure. It does make me want to check Discord and see if something with this new update is causing some issues, because sometimes that'll happen. They'll roll out an update for something, and then they'll be like, oh crap, we realized that there was something not done right or not optimized or not whatever, and then they'll patch it like really quick. So I'm wondering if this, I mean, it was an hour ago that I found out that it needed an update, so I don't want to fight with it all stream, that's for sure. God. It's so quiet in the loading screen, and then it was just very jarring to have sound happen. Oh, and now my memory is mad. And my GPU is mad. Yeah, it's cranky tonight. That's for sure. Oh, okay. Let's see. And how does it look? Oh. And now my... Oh, we love a technical difficulty night, don't we? It's my favorite. Okay, I can see myself. Let me see if I can see how it's doing. Delay, but not surprising. Some latency, but able to move. And able to move without it being like, So, let's go ahead and we'll just... Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to get rid of this and my side screen situation. Okay. All right. All right, we're going to trust. We're going to pray and trust. All right. Now, I did have to restart because of the, they did a patch or an update like right away. And so I had to restart because that was what was recommended. So my house is now here and my bench is now here, but I'm about where I was when I had stopped playing for my last stream that I did for this. And my farm has moved. So my farm is now over here, closer to the water. And it looks like I probably should go ahead and water some stuff before I start doing some questy type things. So let's go ahead and do I have that stuff on my person? I do not. So it's probably in a chest. Oh my gosh. This and this. And we will hopefully remember how to play this game. The only problem with playing so many games with similar gameplay is I forget how to do stuff. Okay. I don't have to be fully watered. It is nice because it just makes you feel reassured that they're gonna get nice and a nice amount of time to grow. But as long as they've got some water going on, you know that they're gonna be okay for a bit anyway. Although I think that the I would appreciate it, like, if you can hit more than one plot at a time, having it water more than one plot at a time would be nice. So, come on now. They are better. They also increased the size of the bottle. So I currently only have one bottle. I think they doubled it. But they were rough at first. So, while I would like to see a little bit more improvement, I am glad that they are better. I still haven't had anything grow fully. Now, I think I've played twice in between on this particular save. And I have yet to have anything actually grow to the point of being able to pick it. Which kind of sucks. So I'm not sure if it's just because I wasn't playing. I didn't play for very long. I played long enough to get back to the same point in the tasks. And then I played a little bit to gather resources so that I would have plenty of stuff for tasks that come up. In theory, anyway. Oh, water. You were carrying 5 bottles. And I think I had 5 or 6 in that other save. I might make a second one. But it does take a while to refill. I am glad I moved some stuff. It was nice starting over. I did really consider building a base near that satellite that we find. But I did not. Okay, so we got to unlock electricity. That is our first task. Well, and they put out something. They did a New Year's Eve related thing where apparently there's something to repair that ends up being like a tree that gets decorated as you fix it up. But I am nowhere near ready for that because I haven't been playing. Ah, please. Oh, we're about to run out. And, yep. Oh, man. Last night while I was playing Supermarket Simulator for my exciting New Year's Eve, I'm gonna need to get something to drink. I found a couple of videos about either cozy games that had come out in 2025 or upcoming ones in 2026, and I was like, So I now have a new playlist saved on YouTube for cozy games to play. Not that I really need that, although, because I already have way too many that I'm not even playing yet. But there were a few that seemed like they'd be really fun to do for like either fall or October because they have spooky elements. Although there is part of me that wants to do something genuinely scary as opposed to just, you know, there's one that's like you're a little vampire. So it's kind of like Stardew, but it's reversed to where you do stuff at night because you're a vampire, but it's the same kind of build up a farm, you know, do different tasks for, I think there's like a flower arranging and a cross stitch. I can't remember the name of it, but you know, that would be fun to do for the fall, but it's not scary. Like I wouldn't mind doing something scary. There was another one where there were like ghosts and I was kind of intrigued by that one too, but I don't know. I don't know what it'll be like by the time we get to October. For all I know, my dance card will be all full. I can't even speak. Dance card will be all full by then, and I won't have time for it. Okay, so unlock electricity in the manufacturing station. Without electricity, you'll exhaust yourself gathering everything by hand. Start electrification to speed up the process. Use the manufacturing station to unlock new technologies. So that's this thing, right? Crafting. It is not that thing. Ooh. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Okay, stop. Catch up. Please catch up. Don't be unplayable. It was doing just fine. Now it's not. I could turn down settings more and see what happens. Okay, electricity. I don't have all of the stuff, but glass panels, cement, and circuit board. I think I have that stuff in my stash. Glass, cement, circuit board. Why did you do that? Return to game, please. Well, that's a bummer that it was working and now it's lagging. Was there a second crate here? Did I have a second crate and now it's gone? Or is my second crate somewhere else? Because I thought I unlocked something that was supposed to let me have the ability to build a crate. And that doesn't seem to be something I can do. Ah, here it is. Okay, good. I was like, I could have sworn I had stuff. Okay. Iron. That's not... Do I not have glass actually made? What? Okay, well, I should have plenty of quartz. And then cement. Is that just made from stone? That would be my guess. And then can I split that? I only need 2, right? You know what I did do, though, over the last couple of days? I completely revamped all of my Dreamlight Valley storage. All 6 rooms. It was a lot. And I updated all of my spreadsheets. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to turn this all down. It was a lot, man. Yeah. Now, I didn't do all of it today. But I did 4 rooms today. And then the other 2 I did yesterday. I decided to upgrade my flower storage boxes into the large versions of them and still leave them kind of color-coded. And I didn't have enough dark wood to do it all. Okay. Man, it doesn't like when I go over there. It gets really mad when I go over there. Okay, I need cement. And I need more glass panels. So let's go ahead and do this. I do like the fact that you can hit one button to make it go. That's nice. What is this? Is that a auto toggle situation? What is that? It is very satisfying having it all because some of my rooms I hadn't upgraded to large chests. And so that was really nice. What is this? Is this recycle mode and create mode? What is that? Power. That's odd. I don't know what that is. Okay. Well, I don't need it right now because I just need to make glass panels. I also went and bought 99 of every seed variety so that I didn't want to have to think. So I just bought 100 of each seed. And then I'm just going to make sure all of my storage boxes are full. Because there's some stuff that I got run really low on. Particularly wheat and sugar. Because they go into so many recipes. So, but I know there were other things I was low on, surprisingly. So I was just like, screw it. I can sell the excess. I'll just Grow 100 of each, or 99 of each, since you can't buy an even 100. And then we go back over there. And it really doesn't like me going this direction. I have! So, I ended up taking off a couple days earlier than planned. Today was supposed to be my first day off of my 11 days off, but I needed to take off a little bit early. There we go, unlocked. So this gives me copper ingot, wire gun, wire roll, miner, compact fridge, wooden wind turbine, ooh nice, solar panel, electric pole, electric mushroom. What is that? Electric battery and a hanging globe pendant. I also saw some of the builds people are already putting together for this game in the Discord, and I was like, holy crap. This personal storage box, how the hell do I build that? It acts like I have it, but I don't know how to build it. And it's not... Ugh, I don't like the fact that it's exiting me to the menu. Why is it doing that? Build the miner on an iron vein. You'll need a lot of iron for complex components. Okay. Why? Oh, why is it? But yes, I ended up taking off starting Tuesday. So, a little bit longer of a break. Just stuff going on. This week was a lot. Oh, I need food and water. I'm gonna die. Oh wait, you know what? I actually have stuff. Is that water? Nope. Is this water? One of them gives you like wet. That's not how that works. Water. Okay. Is this the one that gives me water? Yeah. Take. Okay. 7. Let's see. But yes, I ended up using the time to be productive while I was also decompressing from a stressful time. So it is nice to have things like that to be able to escape into when you need it. So, build the miner on an iron vein. Is it Q that's the right button? Okay. But it's not these structures. This is like... walls, windows, stairs, doors, pillars, roof. This is fencing. And then temp. Is that a placeholder for them? Okay, but how do we build if it's not that? Okay, I'm clicking on this, but it's... Okay, I need iron plate and screws for that. Oh, God. Can't remember. Well, and I'm still a little disappointed with how laggy we're running. Is it really laggy from your perspective? Because if it's really laggy from your perspective, I might switch. Because I can cope with a lot, but that's not the same as, like... Is it really laggy? Okay. Well, maybe I won't play tonight. I'm going to write that down on my to-do list. For my time off is troubleshoot... Autonomica lag issues. I'm gonna see, because it shouldn't be my computer. That's the problem. But Yeah, if it's running laggy for you guys, that is something I definitely don't want to perpetuate if I can help it. So, and let me just double check because it's not having the same problems that it did the last time. It's having all new problems. Well, an all new cocktail of problems. So, like, I think according to the specs, my computer should be able to deal with it. Haven't played since the update, so I don't know if you'll have the same issues. Yeah, and I'm also running streaming software and stuff like that at the same time, so I know there's a little bit more taxing stuff happening simultaneously to the game being run, but it shouldn't be... Like, the way this game is hitting the elements of my computer is not... It does not seem like it's running ideally. So maybe there's something in the Discord somewhere. All right. Well, what do you want to switch to then? The world is our oyster. So I could play Bookshop Simulator, which I am going to be playing on Sunday as well. I don't know how far I can get into Bookshop Simulator to... Like, I don't know how much I need to do in the save that I have for stream to get to the major update that we got. I could play Dreamlight Valley, and that would be super simple to just drop into, because now all of my characters are level 10, and so all of the quests should be available. I could stream Teddy's Haven, and... Is there some other option? Teddy's Haven. Okay. All right. Let me write myself another note while I get that booted up. I need to switch something here. And change account. Okay. So it's going to take me a minute to get there. Let me see about... We'll switch to Teddy's Haven. Why? My camera is so freaking weird right now. Anyway, okay. All right, we will switch to Teddy's Haven. Oh, and he changed it. It's not, okay. No, wait, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. I think I'm looking at a different screen. Okay, it's fine. All right. Switching gears. Getting into a whole different brain. Whole different brain. Oh my gosh. I see how much time we've been playing recently. That's okay. It's okay. I'm going to drop some hours into a game. There are worse games you could drop those hours into. All right. Switching gears. Switching gears. And... What did I work on last time? Have I worked on this in between? Important save issue resolved. This issue only affected players who started a new save within a recent 8-hour window. New players, if you experienced a bug and your save file is missing, please email. Okay. The issue has been fixed, and he'll personally help restore the progress. He's so helpful. Okay. I think I've just been working on trying to get more glow spires down. New game plus. What is that about? I'm on day 74, though. Okay. Okay, at first I was like, oh no, this game is lagging. What is going on? All right, so let's open the window. I am in autumn, fall. Hey, might as well go ahead and get you. Oh, you know what I don't have on? I don't have my audio on. Do I normally have these up high? I think I usually have these all the way up. For stream. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. Oh, I got a dragon. Is it Ruby? It's not Ruby. It's going to be one of the other ones then. All right. Oh, hello. Hello. Fantastic. Go ahead and grab this. Since we're here. But let's go get all of our friends. Go get all of our friends. Is there a golem as well? Are we gonna get really... Oh, no! I fell. Ah, hello. Yeah, for the longest time, I thought he was only... This white dragon, I thought he was only in the demo. Because I hadn't gotten him in-game. I'd only gotten the black and the red one. But he is here. All right. I saw Rubius's tail vanish into the clouds just as I arrived. I shouted his name and got a thunderclap in response. That's his idea of a greeting, apparently. Shopkeeper, have you ever seen the moon wait? High in the cliffs of Silver Rift, the moon once paused in its arc, just for a moment. It hung low, brighter than usual, as if listening. I was singing quietly to the stars. When I stopped, it resumed its path. I do not claim it answered. But I have never sung without purpose since. Thank you for giving space to soft wonders. Increased profits, increased fruit amount. I would also recommend, if you have not done it, just for funsies, jump on a dragon's back before you talk to them. I sell both. So the produce that you buy versus the produce that you grow. Yeah, currently there's no purpose to the produce that you buy other than to sell it. That is its current purpose. The stone in the sky is different. Okay. Right? The stone looks different. All right. It's doing stuff to my brain. Okay. Hello. All right, well, we'll zip line over there. Yeah, he's looking really big. I took a screenshot when Patch showed up. And he doesn't look big when Patch is here. All right, give it to me, please. Oh, I can't go further. Shells and currents, you actually made it. Most folk ask their questions from the shore, but not you. Oh no, you bring the whole ocean with you. Softly now, shopkeeper, softly. I speak of the Eldertide Hollow. Few know it, even fewer return. It lies beneath the world, where the ocean floor opens like a blooming flower. There the water glows not from sun, but from memory. Old voices swirl through the current, whale mothers, storm callers, gods that slept too long. I go only to remember that I am not the first, nor the last. Thank you for letting me speak of it. My shell carries many years, but your listening lightens them. Fantastic. We love a good multi-bonus day. That's for sure. Give it... There we go. Haven't had a visit from the octopus yet? Ah. I think I might have had him like 3 times in this save, so I'm on day 74. The first time I didn't know I could go to him. So I've only visited him twice. He is worth visiting. I swear he's further away. I actually commented in the Discord. Nobody actually confirmed it or not, but I swear he's further away. I did see somebody had posted a picture of some landscaping changes that had happened over there. So that kind of confirms my suspicions that he is in fact further away than he used to be. But oh my gosh. Okay. So, there is somebody that's in the Discord that also is on YouTube, and I need to find her because if you're looking for inspiring builds, and actually let me see if I can fix this while I am in here. Let's see, YouTube. Her name is Auntie Social, And she does a lot of builds. Now, it sounds like she might be an old school Sims builder, and it sounds like her forte is building shells, so like the actual structure itself. She doesn't claim to be good at doing interiors, but I beg to differ because her interiors are freaking amazing. But she's very funny. Yeah, you've seen her pics. She's got a couple of videos too. No, she's not gonna come up as she's a really small YouTuber so far. Like, I think I was number 36 for subscriber count, so, where is she in here? Here she goes. Oh, it's spelled with an S. Let me grab her. Can I copy channel ID? Is that, nope, that's not what I want. Share channel, give me the thing. Okay, I'm gonna pop it in the chat because her builds, and she doesn't have a ton of content on there yet. She says she's going to be doing some more stuff. But I'm going to share it on Twitch too, even though Twitch is, you know. But if you're looking for inspiring stuff, she's funny. And she's a little silly. But I really like her. And her stuff is very, very inspiring. In fact, I'm like, I'm not really much of a builder, but I kind of want to, like, do some of her ideas, like not copy them directly, but at least use some of her tips to try and make some similar things just to get myself kind of jump started. And sometimes I have trouble when you have so much freedom trying to figure out how to like make it work for yourself. So yeah, she's hilarious. Yeah. She only has like 3 Teddy's Haven videos at the moment on her channel. But yeah. Okay, she's done some other cozy games on there too. I feel like there was a reason I thought of her. And now my brain has eaten the information. I need to make sure I go talk to what's his name before I start the day. Oh, you know what I can do? Because I actually waited. Mav released another set of decorations. So I'm going to pay off my bills, even though that's going to put me down under getting 2 spires today. This is not how I do that. I do it from the Book of Almost Everything. Okay. Upgrades. Yeah. Winter Glow Pack 2. So the Winter Glow Guild now offers enchanted presents, glowing bulbs, festive decorations to warm even the coldest corners of your haven. 26 items. Holy crap. Okay. And then the Winter Glow Pack 3, the Winter Glow Guild offers static decorations honoring its members, capturing their quiet glow in timeless form. I swear he changed the wording of these because there was something in there that I noticed. It's not there now, so we'll see. That one that had so many things. I don't need any of that. I need to get in here and see these new decorations. Okay, how far down do I need to go? Okay, so those are all the ones I got last time. Okay, cute. Okay, so they are presents in multiple colors and multiple sizes and shapes, it looks like. So I'm going to buy like 1 color variant of each style, I guess. Look, little baubles, little bulbs. Okay. Those are pretty. They're 10 a piece. That's really not that expensive. I'm just going to buy 1 of each. No wonder there were so many. Ooh, little hat. Now, they look like they kind of have like a sheen to them, but I don't think they glow. I wonder if they're like the ones that were on Verdhorn, though. I'm going to get this blue hat. Snowbert. Heart Frost. Oh my gosh, they're not cheap. Okay, I bought Snowbird before I realized how much they were. Galaxicle and Glaceric. Oh, I remembered what I wanted to do. Okay. Squirrel Brain. Do I want the light or the dark side? Kind of want the dark side. Not gonna lie. Okay. Okay. And I find it's best if you're going to box everything that you purchase like that, where you buy a bunch of stuff at once. Aiming at the floor helps if you're building outside to not box things by accident. They're like right outside your window. Now, if you get under the building and build under there, Jack from the Discord and sometimes regular viewer here mentioned that he had built under there at one point and then accidentally boxed all of his stuff up because it was under there. Oh, and Teddy has a hat because that wasn't here the last time I streamed. He's so stinking cute. Okay, I want to see these presents. Oh, and I might as well push the button because I can't buy more spires today because I spent all my money almost. Go ahead and do that. So I can collect all my stuff. I'm going to get distracted again. All right. Where do I want these presents to go? I want this cat to go over here. Don't have one of those yet. The wand of boxing or whatever. They are handy. And actually, that is something that Auntie Social uses regularly. Is she uses a chandelier a lot of times for attaching her pieces to, and then the chandelier will clip through stuff. And so she uses it for like height modification. So if she wants something to be at a certain height, she puts it at a certain point on the chandelier. And then in order to, actually, she doesn't use the wand of boxing now that I'm thinking about it. When she puts the object, she grabs the chandelier with the object attached to it. She places the object where she wants it to go. And then she'll box the chandelier and it'll leave the piece that was attached to the chandelier where she had it. And then she can reuse her chandelier as opposed to the chandelier disappearing into the ground or wherever, because that's what she's using to clip through stuff. But, yeah. So it's not the wand of boxing. I'm just losing my mind because I'm thinking about 4 things at the same time. Who's surprised? So let's see. Present. We'll go ahead and put all 3 presents out. Little and gigantic for a present anyway. I think I like the texture better when it's small. That texture's a little bit nicer in my opinion. The other one, maybe it's just because it's green on green, it makes it look kind of sick. But that one's pretty cute. I like the little star pattern. Maybe it's because I like star pattern better. Kind of like glitching in Palia. I have not done that. But I'm not surprised that people have figured out a way to do that. Is that also a... Oh, it's a different kind of star. Okay. I like that all the patterns are different, though. For sure. Okay. I still crouched? No, that's a... It's not a toggle. Okay. I want these baubles on stuff, though. I could have sworn it said something about string lights, though. But maybe he changed it, or maybe I'm remembering a different game, because that is also entirely possible. Okay. I don't necessarily want to put all of these out right now, but I want to see them. Oh, I like the fact that they can go on different limbs. Because I was wondering how they would actually attach to the tree. How big does it get? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. How big is it gonna get? Holy crap. Is it still getting bigger? Oh, it's in the ground. Sometimes these things behave so weird. Okay, hold on. Let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, no. There. All right. But you could decorate a whole tree. For sure. I bet you there are people that have done it, too. Let's see. Put you up here. All right. They're cute. I kind of want to see what they look like at night. Like if they've got like a little sheen in the night. Because they're actually kind of like light. They almost remind me of like the satin ball ornaments. You know, the ones that are like really... Man, once they start to take some damage, they look terrible. But... I just remembered what I needed to do. Update. Thumb. Cat. For stream switch. Okay. But I think I can change my categories so that I am at least in the correct category on both Twitch and YouTube. I think I can do that so that I am at least... My thumbnail's not going to be right for YouTube, but I could at least get myself in the correct category. I could do that on break. That's what I could do. Okay. This is the first time I've had to... Is this the first time I've had to spontaneously switch what I'm doing? Can't remember now. Oh, it won't let me just get rid of it. Okay, I'll have to fix that. That's okay. Ugh, weird. All right, I'll have to fix that later. I'm trying to remember to do all of the things, but we have to lean into the chaos. Okay. All right. I've hit the glow spire button. I've talked to the additional visitors. I need to go around and get kitties and stuff. So did you have other questions? Why? Did it already harvest both of those chickens? Man, once I get glow spires everywhere, I'm going to be so freaking spoiled. I'm already a little spoiled because I have... I don't know. I think I might have close to 20 already. Because I was going to save my money up to expand my shop more, and then those glow spires came out, and I was like, uh-oh. All of my money is going to go now to buying these things and just dropping them all over the world. Okay. Woo. Oh, that's right. I have a cat with me. It's why it felt like it was raining from the sky. Alright. Oh, man. So did you have a good New Year's? We were very quiet here at home. But that's okay. Our kids went to stay with my parents, and actually they're still there tonight. So it's been very quiet all day, which I appreciate because I don't get it as often as my husband does. I'm not sure how my husband felt about it being quiet today. He's kind of got some stuff going on. Oh, that's right. All of this should be harvested. But, we don't usually do a lot for New Year's anyway. So it's not like it was weird to be doing not very much. We played Sea of Thieves. Had a quiet New Year's. Yeah, I don't mind having quiet holidays. Especially in the middle. I've got a couple of family functions still to go. I've got one on Saturday. And then I think the other one is a week from Saturday, but I don't know. Okay. Water dude, not here. Okay, and that should have taken care of the ducks, so I don't have to go down there. And he did put up, like, there's, kind of a glowing area of effect, like a ring around the glow spires now, to show you where they are. It goes away, but it is a little helpful in placing them, more helpful than nothing. But the perspective on putting stuff down means it's still kind of tricky to figure out exactly what the area of effect is. I'm trying to, you know, get used to that. But I would love to have the option to have like a top-down build view, just so I can see more clearly where things are going. But that could just be me being accustomed to having those kind of mechanics in a game. You'd like to see where I put my spires? Okay. Well, we should go past several of them. There was one back there near the bunnies, and then one near the ducks. Let me talk to Umbrow. I've been trying to pick like big clusters of things, or things that I kind of go, oh, I'm supposed to read. Things that I go out of my way for. It was once whole until Pride split it into shards. I can't remember if I've read this one or not. Well, I missed the first chunk. Each became a realm, each birthed new peoples, new hopes, new pains. One shard fell forgotten. But from it rose a wanderer, nameless and faceless, who carried 1,000 memories and silence. The other stars called them stranger. But they knew they were the whole made from the broken. Thank you. Even lost stars can find their shape again. I'm assuming the first part was about a star. I've only got 2 so far. They're expensive. So I'm sure we talked about the orchard. Honestly, I think that's, if you're only going to be able to get one, I would do the orchard. Me personally. Just because the orchard just is a little tedious. And then things that are far away or out of a comfortable circuit. So there's that one I've put on the hill. And the reason I've put this one on the hill is to gather the ducks. Now, I think if they wander too far to this hill, like this one may not have been gotten. Nope, it got gotten. But, you know, if they wander too far from it, the animals, you're just going to kind of have to either live with the fact that you might miss some resources, or take the time to still visit everybody, which is kind of defeating the purpose of the spires. So I've just been trying to learn to trust that if the animals might be close. Oh, it's my fairy. I was like, what did I just see fly through the sky? I did not see something fly through the sky. Well, I did see something fly through the sky, but I thought it was like way off and gigantic, and it's not. So there's also like a cluster of berries and a rock somewhere on this face. So by putting it here, it gets the ducks down below. All the rocks that, you know, are along this wall down low, but also the cluster that's up here. So that's why I picked that spot. I wasn't originally going to start putting stuff on the way to Umbrow, but it has simplified that leg of the circuit that I run usually in a way that's helpful. You know, kind of things that I either have to kind of go, you know, down and then back up a hill, or around and then around again. I've been trying to make it where I only have to run down one side of things like that. So like where the bunnies are, there's a giant rock. And so I put a spire on one side of the rock, and then I tend to run the other side of the rock on, well, it's not really foot, but myself, and trust that the other side was gotten, you know, harvested by the spire. And then this part, I still haven't put any spires. Eventually, I wouldn't mind having spires on just about everything. The other place I would recommend putting a spire is the cluster where the rocks are. That I never go unless I have mining bonus. And then that was used to be the only reason I would go up there, was because I knew I was going to get extra rocks. But it saves me from having to go up there. The only other reason for me to really go up there is the fairy and the cat that are up there. So we will be doing that here in a minute. Okay. So I have one up here. And I have it close enough to get, there's some rocks that are over here. Can't remember how many clusters of rocks. But it is not quite far enough to get these. But it gets most of the dinosaurs. So I don't think any of these will have scales for me to get. Maybe if they're over here, because it might be a little bit far for the spire. But I wanted to, because they tend to hover around the tree. So I wanted it to be close enough to the tree to get most, if not all of them. And then also close enough to the rock wall to get the stuff that was against the wall. Yeah, these guys all seem to have been harvested, which is great. There are berries here. So I will probably eventually put one near the berries here, or somewhere where I might try and see if it'll pick up. I don't think I can get the berries and these rocks. I think it's a bit too far to get both with one spire. So I might put one near the berries here, or like right up here, to maybe catch wandering, what are these? They almost look like velociraptors, but like, that way in case they wander too far from that one. I will have one over here to get those berries and stray dinos. I will probably also put one over here somewhere. This is when we're like future us, when we have a ton of money. But I wouldn't mind putting one near those. Maybe up the hill if there's rocks near there. Can't remember. If there's one close enough, like a rock cluster up here. There's also these rocks over here. This one will probably come before the one I was just talking about, since there are 3 nodes of rocks over here. And they're a little out of the way. So I wouldn't mind saving myself the trouble. Oh, there's 4. 3 here and then 1 just above it. Just to save me the trouble of having to go down there. Alright. Get you. And there are some rocks tucked into this area. These will probably be very, very low priority as far as putting a spire near them, just because I want to, you know, make the most out of the ones I do put down. Maybe when we're just rich with spires. But this is the other place up here that I was talking about being one of the early spires to put down. Because there is a massive rock back here. And then there are rocks all around. And I only have 1 spire over here. So it is enough to get this whole spot in the back. And you get a lot of stone for it. So definitely worthwhile. Can't remember if there's anything. There is like 1 out of boundium if I go that way. But I'm not going that way. Roar. Whee. this rock. I'm gonna get these rocks over here, and then we'll go over to my next one. So the next one's another one where I would have to kind of go all around this pool. So now I don't have to go this way. The only reason for me to go this way now is to get violet. But this gets all the stone and stuff tucked back in this corner, and most of the berries up to, you know, about the midpoint. So when I come down here, usually I only run in front of the pool now. Just saves me a little bit of leg work. Again, I don't have legs. Probably will eventually put one in the front too to get all of those berries in the front. I've got one over there, but I'm gonna go up here first because there's stone up here. I probably could put one up near that one that I just mined, because then it would get the one down below and the two up here. So I could see putting one there. There's also some stone along this wall. I've started getting some of the stuff that I didn't used to get now that I don't have to go everywhere again. Or everywhere, every circuit. So even though it saves me time on the resources I used to collect regularly, I find I'm still spending a lot of time going to places that I didn't used to go. Which, you know, is good. It means I'm collecting more resources every day, right? That's right. But it's also to remind myself, like, where stuff is for when I do eventually have, I'm just, you know, got spires coming out of my ears. Because I will be that person. I will have 14 million spires. So I did put one down over there near the cows. But I didn't prioritize the cows. I prioritized the stone. So there's a whole bunch of stone that's up along this path. And I think I actually had to shift this. I think I actually had it here. And there was a stone rock or a stone node that was over here that it didn't collect. So I ended up shifting it just a little bit. I wasn't sure if it would still collect the ones on the far side, but it looks like it got all of them. So that's nice. It does not get all the cows because these cows wander quite a bit. I might put another stone somewhere over here just to make sure that the cows get collected. But that's future me. I don't have one on this hill yet. Eventually. I've also been coloring them all kinds of different colors. Because I can. And they do look pretty at night. Look at all these trees. Did he change the coloring of the trees, or am I just being more observant right now? Okay, these have been collected. Oh, that's right, because there's a spire here for the sheep. There might be some fruit up on this hill too, or within the radius of this one. Can't remember for sure since I already pushed the button. Can't remember now. I will probably end up putting one down here somewhere. I might actually put it up here to see if I can get the rock over there, the berries here, the stones, and maybe those berries too, like these berries down here. Because that would be a lot of resources gathered by one spire. Fantasy me will have endless spires and I could just carpet the whole world in it. But you have to be strategic at first, you know. Gotta try and get as many in one as possible. Alright. Oh my gosh. I have 21,000 stone at the moment. I'm gonna feed my Orlings so much today. I wish I could name him. I thought about naming him Rockbiter. He doesn't look like Rockbiter, but he does bite rocks. Definitely will end up putting one up here sometime. What would be really great is if I could put one kind of near Violent here, where she spawns. And get stuff from not only the front, but also both sides. Oh god, why did you fall off the thing? No, 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 no. Okay. Little chaotic movements. I don't know what happened there. I got launched. Alright. But yeah, it'd be great if I could collect most of this little section up here with one spire. That would be amazing. And eventually I'll probably put one up here where the out of boundium is. I wouldn't mind saving myself the trouble of coming up here for even though there's only 2 nodes of it. Wouldn't mind putting one up here. And these berries, I wouldn't mind putting one down here. I can't remember where they all are, so I'm trying to remember as I go. Oh, cat. Sorry, cat. I also wouldn't mind putting, like, there's the tree, the big tree behind where the orchard is. We'll get there near the end of the run. And I think it's going to take 2 or 3 to get that whole area completely covered by spires. But there's a lot of resources in there, so it's kind of a big area. We'll see. There's one here to save myself the trouble of having to come this direction, because there are berries and stones around here. There's another one over here. Again, just lots of berries. Let's see. And I don't think there's anything else up here. You know what I'd really love? I would love if I could figure out a spot that would get these cows and those rock... Oh, God. Hi, Franny. Okay, and then these stones down here, but I don't think it'll reach. I think the cows are just a little bit too far away from these rocks to get them. So it'll probably end up being 2 eventually. Alright, and then there's another spire down here to get those sheep. And then I'm pretty sure there were some berries over near them too. Or at least close enough, you know? Alright. Did you wander too far? You did wander too far, you little sucker. Oh, you both did. Oh. I might have to... Gosh, I wish I could remember what was by this one. I feel like there was a reason I didn't get them closer, this one in particular, closer to the sheep, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Probably just more berries. Okay. I already know I want to put one over here by the mocodiles. They do wander far from each other, but I think there'd be a spot kind of here in the middle of this beach that would be good for them. Stop tending the cows and sheep every day. It's fair. I would say if you were going to prioritize one or the other, I would prioritize the cows for the milk, since there is crafting to be done. But if you feel like you have plenty. The only other reason I would say to do something every day, even if you feel like you don't need to, is for the skills. Like my tending is maxed out now. And then... But like thread weaving, I'm still making thread because I'm still not maxed out on skill. Once I finally max that skill out... Now, this spire here was one of the first ones I put down. It gets all the crystals that are around the tree. And usually it gets some. It can get all of these guys over here. Oh, but I got another crystal, so that's why they've all been tended now. Because there was a cluster of a blue crystal and some berries over here. So my plan for this island is to eventually have spires at all of the different cluster points. I forgot I did that for myself. Good for me. So one will eventually be over here. So the only reason to really come over here would be to get the fairy. But yes, even though the crystal in the middle could get some of those cows, now it's pretty much a sure thing with that second crystal over there. It's another advantage if you don't want to have to tend every day, is putting spires near the tending. You really don't have to worry about it. Just let the spires do the work. Oh, and I got one here already. So there's a big bunch of fruit here. Can't remember if there's a blue crystal here. But then the sheep theoretically should also be tended. Yep. Still have to name everyone. I've got Esther and Harold, but I think the other two are still up for grabs. And there's some rocks somewhere over here. I never remember where they are, but there's some rocks that face that shore. I also think I'm gonna, some of my next ones are gonna be this chunk of stuff over here, because again, it's out of the way for me. And the hill that we're getting ready to go clear, I would love to get some more spires over there. Just because it's kind of a wide open area with just like lots of little clusters of stuff everywhere. So I kind of have to run all over it, and that can get a little annoying. And these guys. Most of the animals I tend are just because they're on my path. And, it's not because I feel like I'm going to be in dire straits for their resources. It's more because they're just there. And if I'm going to be running past them anyway, I might as well. I'm also curious to see what happens when he starts. Like, I feel like cooking's going to teach us a lot about crafting with multiple levels, you know? Because we already have milk and cheese. But then, you know, if he starts adding cooking in, that's going to be another layer. I'd still love to see it if he did, like, let us craft weapons or armor or sew things. People have been talking about using the wool and the thread to make garments or, you know, things like that. Which I would love to see that. Okay. But yeah, I could see putting one over here to get maybe this rock and those berries that I just picked. Maybe putting one between these clusters here. Those berries and those berries. Save myself a little bit of that. I do have a spire tucked in. Making colored milk and cheese. Yep. Where is it? It's tucked in here. Because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's here. I think it's mostly a variety of berry. There's nothing here. But then there's also, I think, berries and rocks on this side. So I was trying to get it as close to the wall to get both of those sections. So I don't have to go in there anymore. Ooh, gosh, hello. Well, and I actually just grew a bunch of stuff for seeds I had just gotten. I don't have any of that produce out for sale yet. So I don't even know how many things I'm currently not selling. Because I really should work on my outdoor market. And expand it where it needs to be expanded. All right. So I do have to run through here. Because there's still some stone here. But theoretically, I could put a spire like here to get those stones I just got, and then these. It'd be really nice if it was close enough to these, but I don't think it is. Okay. And then I've got one over here. And the reason it's up on the hill is because there were stones up on the hill. So that gets those and the 2 dinos down below. And then it does not get these ones, though, because these are too far. Let's see, where is it? There's another good place. We'll get to that here in a bit. For another good, like, kind of early spire to put down. It's after the whole orchard area. The white spray, I will show you, because I'm going to go get her. That's someplace else I wouldn't mind putting some spires, is up near where the white spray is, actually. Not quite, but it's up near where Patch, like where you go up to talk to Patch. And there's resources up there that I almost never go get, because it's just out of the way enough for me not to want to bother most of the time. So that would be another really good place to put some spires, just because I never go there. I might as well get the resources if I can just push a button and make it happen, you know? Oh, but I guess I can show you from... I'm going to go get her in a minute. At the end of that bridge, the tall bridge, she's over there. I ended up being in someone else's stream, and when they went and got her, because I'd been kind of holding out, and I was like, damn it, and I knew I had been over there, but she is white, so she is really easy to miss. Of course, once you know where she's at, it's a lot easier. But I was irritated with myself a little bit, because I was like, damn it, I know I was over there, like, really early in the game, but it's just not a spot that I go. So, because there's really no reason to go there, unless you make a reason to go there.
God, it was so dull and
Thank you.
shiny.
So yes, of course I have one here, in the middle of the orchard, and it gets all of them. This is fantastic. I love it so much. I would probably put one here in the middle of these. And then I don't know if I need 2 or 3 to get this corner, because you've got rocks all the way over here. So you probably need one somewhere like here. And you might be able to get 1, maybe 2 of those crystals and those rocks that I just mined. Maybe. But it would be pushing it. And you'd have to find just the right spot. And if you're trying to do something like that, I would say put it down facing one thing and then turn around and pick it up and try and keep it exactly where it was, the spire, so you can see the other side of the area of effect. You know, or like look at the ground where you've picked it up so you can kind of put it back pretty much exactly where you had it. It can be helpful to see if you can get multiple things in one go, or one spire, I guess. Put one over here, for sure, for sure. I could also see trying to tuck one up in here, and maybe that would get all the crystals around the tree, but it might not get the rocks. So I have a feeling there's going to be some experimentation to get it in just some sweet spots over here. Because I definitely would want to get the rocks on the perimeter as well, not just the crystals around the tree. Okay. So another really good spot for a spire fairly early is this rock area right over here. I also wouldn't mind putting one near these berries, but where did I stick it? Is it right in the middle? Yeah. So I stuck it right here in the middle. And it gets all the nodes around both of these big stone pillars. Like, it's all clear in here. So normally what I do now is I run up, grab the berries, and then tuck into this area. Still just dying for what he's gonna do behind this door. Alright. Although I do think it's kind of funny that the door is as big as it is. I'm like, I know that we have really giant visitors, but, you know, our clientele are not big. So it's like, who made this door? Who is it for? I mean, it will be for us, I think. Alright, and then I come up here and I get these. I didn't used to get those. Because by the time I got to this point in my circuit, I was kind of done. It's like, okay, I'm over it. Alright, so now, I usually go back to my house. Did not get this stuff. Let's see. Go up and get the white fairy. Do that. And I think that'll be all the fairies. Oh, I'm going to drop off the cats, though. Where are they? Are they not following me? Do I not have any of the cats with me? That's bizarre. I don't know why that's not doing it. I don't know. I petted them, I thought. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up there. This is the one I put down to get Patch and Ruby. But yeah, I think I would put at least one up here to get these 2 rabbits and these rocks. Because I almost never come up here for resources. But... Whoop. Oh, gosh. Okay. Where are ya? There she is. She's really easy to miss up here if you don't know she's here. And she's like right here at the end of this bridge. And there we go. Eat fairies. Okay. Now what do I need to do? I need to get my out of boundium. And then I need to start the day. Ooh. Man, I don't even know. Did we keep track? We did not keep track at all of how many spires I actually have put down. I have no idea. Because I've been able to buy about 2 every single day. And that's what I've been doing. Been trying to pay my bills. And then... Weird. Some interesting things going on graphically speaking right now. Or my eyes are playing tricks on me, which is also possible. Oh, wait, that's the... This is the stone. Did it look different earlier? Or is there something else that was floating? I'm gonna have to look at that when I go back and check my stream. I feel like there was some other floating thing that looked different than that. Alright. Yeah, eventually I wouldn't mind putting some of them in here to collect this out of boundium so I don't have to make this trip either. Even though I took the time to make a way to get in with the zip lines and stuff. Oh, okay. So you've seen it too and it was something else? That is good to know. Because I do feel like I was losing my mind a little bit. Time is it? Holy crap. The only problem with having chaos is that chaos takes time that you didn't realize it would take. That's okay. My husband has company, so that is good. It makes me feel less guilty about streaming longer. Teleport around. That's what we're doing. Okay, so now we're going to start the day. I did, one of the things that I asked about, because that antisocial, she had stacked her shelving units too high. And I was like, can people still shop that? And can they, I mean, the sprites can still stock it because they fly, but like, yeah, apparently the customers will still shop it as well. So I was intrigued by the double tall shelving situation. Now, you couldn't do it inside the shop, but outside the shop. Now, I wonder if you could stack one of those up high. Although it would look kind of weird with this piece here. Okay, I'm not going to think too hard on that right now because I don't think my brain can take it. Okay, we're starting the shop and then we're going to craft. I am missing a bunch of weapons. Crap. Okay, I should probably buy some of those then. Current stock 0. Holy cow. Okay. See, I was spending all my money on the spires and not buying merchandise. Oh, not enough coin. Crap. Okay, well, I got some of them. Okay. There we go. All right. Hello. You might be here to buy weapons. Oh, no. You're here to get fizzy brew stuff, so that's fine. The wisps are going to be very busy because I just bought a bunch of stock for them to put away. I really feel like I should put one down here. Maybe I move the one that's on the raft. Maybe I just move this. Maybe I move you. Move, damn it. Okay. Maybe here? They love that fizzy brew. Damn straight. I bet it's delicious. Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how carbonated honey would taste. All right. That's close enough. Yield craft draft. Okay. What? Hello? Okay. I now have 30 hives because I was crafting with too much honey on any given day. So I made sure that I had more than enough honey being harvested every day to accommodate my brewing situation. No. Well, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to just water everything. I'm not even going to look at how long anything needs to grow. There might be some in here that are ready to harvest, but I can't be bothered. None of it's that dire. And I'm not being that anal retentive about timing. I don't even know what's growing right now. I was trying to use up all the seeds that I had left over from all of the previous purchases. You're afraid of running out of stuff? Well, I have a lot of stuff right now, and I do craft every day. I'm not fussed about the plants right now, just because I'm trying to use up all. Where did you come from? Where are all your friends? Can I water you? No. I want to pet you. You can hang out on the craft draft today. But I used to craft, like, I have 10, 20, I have 50 plots, essentially, and I would do 10 of 5 different varieties of seed, and then I would also make sure that I was using at least one of each ether on each seed type when I grew them. But I just got done growing all of my newest seed varieties, And I grew 50 plots of each of them. So these are all of my leftover seeds now. You only craft when needed, like the jelly and the fizzy brew. I just craft, well, I'm crafting right now because of skills. I think everything still isn't maxed out, which is why I'm prioritizing doing it. I think once I've maxed out the skills, I probably will be a little bit more aesthetic and less functional. But I don't know when that's going to be. So let's see. I've got tending is maxed out. Again, the only reason I tend is because it's on the way. Fruit works. That's the jam. Still at level 29. It takes so long. Beekeeping. I might get more beehives just so that I can amp this up even more, like the leveling on that. Mining is done. Refining is the ores. I really don't have a desire to get more smelters, though, more crucibles going. It's only at level 17, though. Thread weaving is still level 22. Lactomancy is level 31. It's getting close. Buzzy brewing, 19, but it's the newest one, so it's actually leveling fairly quickly. Crystology is still kind of slow. Sprout keeping is maxed. These are all my leftover seeds. I could probably stop farming in earnest once I get through the rest of the seeds that I have. I could probably do that. But most of it's still just because it's not maxed out. I bet your days don't take nearly as long as mine do, though, if you're not crafting everything every day. Oh, I guess I don't need to toss that on the ground when it's right there. Well, and these don't take that long. I think if I had more ores, or if I was using the ores to craft something else, I would be more inclined to get more crucibles. But right now, it's just making sure that I'm still getting experience for doing it. Because one day it will be maxed out. It's just going to take me ages at the rate I'm going. I just don't need more of this on my plate, you know? Alright. I'd also like to stop thread weaving, since we're not actually using the spun whisper wolf or anything. I have 10,000 units, which is also why I have only 4 spindles, because although it would go a lot faster if I had a lot more, I don't need more of that going on either. And this, I only recently got enough cauldrons. Is that what those are? What are these? What is this piece called? I haven't looked at the name of it in a while. But the only reason I have enough now for one of every fruit variety is just because I want that particular skill to go up faster. I used to only have 15, 18, something like that. Uh-oh, what did I just give myself? Does it matter? I think I got there. It doesn't matter, though. Alright, well, the day is done. But yeah, once I'm done leveling those skills, I won't be doing this every day. I'll be doing it when I need it. I would still love like an end of the day report, because I really don't even have any idea of how many of anything that I sell on any given day. And because the numbers are so big and there's so much inventory, I don't look at it. But besides going faster as you level, you get more per as well. Some of them I think are like times 5 because they're such a high level or maxed. Which would be beneficial in the end as well if you're only crafting because you need to resupply yourself. You'd be able to resupply a little bit faster, a little bit more efficiently with your multipliers maxed out. You only have one cashier because you like doing the checkout. That's fair. I don't mind running the register either. I've just got things I really want to be like the spires thing. I have a feeling that once I get the majority of the area covered in spires, the way I play this game is going to be so different. And the same thing will happen when I finally max out my crafting levels. It's part of the reason it's nice to find someone that inspires me to build, because again, I feel like if I have too much freedom, sometimes it can be more detrimental to how I get overwhelmed by the potential and I don't know what to do. So it's nice finding someone that like, not to say that the other people in the Discord don't have inspiring builds too, but like sometimes it's the right person at the right time presenting it in the way that makes your brain happy, and I feel like that's kind of like the perfect storm of me. And it was even by chance because I had found her in the Discord before and I had seen her pictures before and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then somebody commented or like replied to one of her posts and I was like, oh yeah, I watched your videos. And so I went and checked her out and was like, oh, didn't even really register like it was the same person until that particular comment kind of spurred me to go look at her videos. So a little bit of kismet, a little bit of happenstance, the right timing of things. All right, Buzz. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm finally making some headway on how much buzz honey I have. Because, oh God. Because I was starting to use more than I was creating every day. And I was like, oh, no. We can't have that. But I kind of feel like I'm going to max out the brewing before I max out the jam. Which is ridiculous because I've been doing jam almost every single day since I started playing this game, you know? Like, not in the quantity, but it's still funny to think that I'm going to max this one out first. That's fine, though. Well, and I never got back to Dinkum after I did I think I did like a session or two after I streamed it last. And I did get at least one copy of everything from Nick that he had for trade or whatever, sale. I mean, it's kind of a trade because he wants stuff from you. Does he want money too, or is it just stuff? I think it might just be stuff because I was broke. And I got my cherry trees planted, but I'm kind of hoping over this next year that I'll get more into decorating in that game too, because that's another game that I feel like I finally have gotten things under control as far as resource management, and I need to like get in there and do like regular, like I made a schedule for it so that I can get in there and do some regular stuff and start selling things for money, so it's not just me trying to do all of the things every single day and me not relying fully on trapping for money every single day. I'd like to shift how I've been playing that game just to keep it fresh and to get myself to the point of decorating. Like decorating for real, not just throwing some stuff down here and there for the fun of it. But what was it? When did I really start decorating Dreamlight? Oh, it was a year ago. That's when I really started decorating for real in Dreamlight Valley. And that game came out in 2022, so it took me 2 years of playing that game before I started actually decorating, like, for real. But again, I love that about games like this. Having the freedom for whatever your play style is. You can do it. You like running a register. Do it. Nothing that says you can't. Nothing that says you can't just sit there and do that the whole time. Like I still do that sometimes in different games. I haven't run the register in a while for this game just because I'm very, very happy with the stuff I'm currently doing. But like I'll do that sometimes in Bookshop Simulator. I'll do it sometimes in the Supermarket Simulator. Just because it can be very soothing just to do that. Okay, now that I can see that, I can start chucking them in there. Alright. Well, the next day should not take quite as long. Theoretically. Actually, the one thing I would really like that gal to do, and I feel like there's probably a really easy trick, is how does she make her stairs out of risers? Because I have tried to do stuff like that and not been very successful. Crystology's gone up a lot faster now that I have one of each device for each crystal variant. It's going up much faster now. These devices were so expensive though that it was cost prohibitive for a long time to have too many of them. And then I was like, I could spend all my money if I want to. Is it that? I feel like I screwed it up somehow. Oh well. What else do I have? Are those the same? I thought they were different. I thought one was pink and one was purple, but I must have screwed it up. Oh well, doesn't matter. It'll all be fine. It's for the experience points anyway. Alright, cheese. Oh, I haven't done the fruit yet. Lordy Bay. Alright, fruit. What else? Yeah, I'm thinking about changing the rotation of games as well. That's not what I wanted to do. So I'm thinking about changing Dreamlight Valley to every other Thursday. I actually had originally thought about doing it like the first and third or second and fourth Thursdays of the month. Because sometimes there's an extra Thursday, right? But I think I might do it every other with the caveat that if there's like time critical stuff or if my quest log blows up too much because I'm not streaming it as often, that I could add, you know, like I could have more, you know, consecutive streams if I wanted to, because I follow my whims here. But theoretically that would leave me 6 streams a month besides Dreamlight Valley. But I might be able to do, like, maybe put another game in the rotation that way. I don't know. Thinking about it. Thinking about changing it up. I tell you what, one of those lists I looked at yesterday I was stocking supermarket shelves and listening to a list of 100+ cozy games coming out in 2026, or some of them have official release dates and some of them do not. So it was definitely one of those things where it's like, can my brain take another game or two in the rotation? Maybe. Level 20. Okay, this... Oh no, don't do that to yourself. I almost threw that away with fruit inside. You know what else I could start doing? Is I could start doing like an every other day situation. Where, or like, today is brew day, the next day is ore day, the next day is whatever, you know. I probably would still do the ore and the wool every single day just because of the amount of leveling both of those still need and the fact that I don't have a ton of the crafters for it. And they don't take terribly long because there's only 4 wool and 8 ore. Cheese. But maybe I should do that. There's also something kind of soothing about just putting ingredients into crafters. Like, just seeing them all fill up and be in their different, like, little rainbow color varieties. There's something about that, too. But yeah, I might actually stop doing some sprout keeping for a bit. Since I really don't need... I doubt very seriously I need any of the stuff that I've grown. Maybe the milkweed, you know, just to make sure that the lactomancy is still going up. But theoretically, I could also switch to just doing the elder brawn milk. I already do 2 of those every single day because I didn't like the fact that there were only 11 varieties of milk. And I didn't like how that looked. I wanted it to be 12 instead of 11. So I do 2 of the elder brawn every day anyway. But I could switch to doing just that again so I don't run myself too low of the milkweed varieties. Oh, and look at that. It's level 32. So close. Okay. So that is the end of that. I'm not going to feed my Orling right now. This day took ages because of the tour. Not that I'm upset for doing the tour. It was actually kind of interesting to revisit all the choices I had made, considering it had been a minute, and I don't even know. I still don't know how many I have. Hello. Hello, babies. I saw somebody else had brought Teddy up here, and I'm like, oh, good, I'm not the only one. Because I was like, does he need to be up here with them? I think it was really early when I started playing this game. Is that all of it? Did I get all of the berries up here? I think so. Okay. Alrighty. Gonna go to bed. Yes. All right, and then I'm going to take a break because I am long overdue. Gosh, 2 hours. Well, that's not terrible. Did I really get started that late tonight? Anyway, there's just a lot going on. My life is going to be a little bit in topsy-turvy land this year. So, oh, he's still festive. Bird horn. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this, and we'll get the music out of the mix so I can take my break. But normal things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all of those things if you're having a good time and want to make all of the algorithms treat me better. But if you're still here when I get back, thank you so much. If not, have a lovely day, night time, and I will be back in a few minutes. If I can figure out where the heck... Oh, because I have things in a different order. Because we were supposed to do a different stream. I'll be back.
C4C.
All right. We're back. We made it. So, took a little bit longer on my break, partially because I wanted to check in on my husband because our company has left. Well, his company, since I'm in here, has left. And because I wanted to make sure that he was still okay for me streaming a little bit longer. Told him he could message me if he wanted to, or he can always come in here too. It's not like he can't just come in and say, hey. But the other thing, besides snagging a little bit of brownie that that he made earlier, I was like, a little crumb, I'll have a little chocolate crumb, was I did a quick search on the Discord for Autonomica, and I am not the only one experiencing optimization issues. It's to be expected. I believe I have said that before, but just to make it clear, it's to be expected. And also the fact that I'm pushing a stream and a game that is struggling with some optimization issues. It's nice to know I'm not the only one experiencing that. So maybe there'll be some like things in there that I could glean some tips and tricks for fixing it a little bit. Hello, visitor in the tree. But it's also possible that I might have to wait a little bit longer to actually stream it. So I'm going to look at some information and see if there's a way that I can get it to be a little bit less taxing on my system to be able to stream it. But if not, I can always do alpha playtesting and then wait a little bit longer in the development of it to see if we get some improved optimization before streaming it again. Totally fine. And, you know, I've never done alpha playtesting before, so it's all new to me. You are not a visitor. But you know, that might open up some room in the stream cycle. Maybe I could justify playing some of the games. Because I need to be enabled, right? I did see, Bama, if you are still here, the Sunshine Dilemma. She has an awesome shop. Now, is that somebody that's just in the Discord, or is that somebody who's got like a video or something too? Is that a YouTuber? Because I would be interested in that. But yes, I stopped digging into the comments in the Discord for how to troubleshoot the optimization stuff. Once it started getting really technical, I was like, okay, my brain can't take that right now. Can't do it. All right. Well, he's a fruit helper. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you. Hello. Ah, greetings, shopkeeper. Let me tell you of a seed I once planted in a place where nothing grew. The soil was bitter, the wind too sharp, and even the worms had moved on. But I pressed the seed into the ground with care and left it a single word: someday. I returned centuries later. It had become a tree so tall it touched mist. Not because I forced it, but because I believed it would try. Thank you for letting me share what patience can become. Okay. Yes, increased fruit harvest. Alrighty. So we'll go ahead and tend you and grab the fruit that's right over there. Maybe I can figure out my cat problem. Because I don't know why they didn't follow me yesterday. Except for that one that's now down on the raft. But yeah, why are you still here? Didn't I pet you? Did I accidentally double click them? Ah! And here you are. Alright, you guys can come right over here and be my little greeters. Hello. I don't know why you guys didn't come with me yesterday. There was another reason I came back over here. I want to push the button and I want to buy more spires. And I hopefully want to buy them before I pay people. Nope, this is not how I do that. So let's get magical. 2, 3. Almost all of my money, but that's okay. She's a streamer. Okay, cool. Yeah. Hello, baby. Did I wake you up? You're so cute. 1,600 berry. Holy crap. Okay, I am not crazy. So, I don't always remember to do my dice. Man, I swear on stream I only get single-digit rolls. But you can pull the sword out. And sometimes it is faster or slower. I'm never going to pull it on stream. My luck is never that good. And I don't know if it's cool, like, I don't know if this makes, like, influences this at all. But I've pulled it once. Now, I don't do it all the time. But I was starting to think I was, like, I had made it up in my brain. But other people have said that they have pulled the sword out of the stone. So it is not just me misremembering. Okay. Where do I want to put these spires? I have 3. This is not the last day of fall. So... how many more do I need for over there? I know I need 1 over there. There's a blue crystal over on the far side. And then the mocha dials. And then I wouldn't have to do the island at all. That's interesting. Oh! Hello! No, I was streaming Autonomica. And hello, Jack. I was streaming Autonomica, but because the game isn't optimized yet, because it's in alpha, so it's fair, it was running really laggy. So Bama, Cozy Gamer, who's in my stream over on the YouTube side, I gave her a list of options for games I could switch to, and she requested Teddy's. So we switched to Teddy's. You rolled a 20 and pulled a sword first couple of pulls. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right? Stone Valley is a good spot. I have done that. And hello. But yes, I was fully intended on streaming Autonomica. But I was just saying that I may have to postpone playing it for stream because my very, very minor poking into the Discord and seeing other people were also having some issues related to optimization, and that there might be some tech stuff that may be beyond me. I may have to just postpone streaming it because it might be one of those things where I might be able to play on my own and at least be involved in the alpha playtesting, but I may not be able to stream it because my system may not be able to handle both the stream and the optimization issues. So I'm thinking also about that tree in the back. I kind of want to see how many spires it will take to get the stuff back in this back corner. So I'm going to go do that. Because that would save me eventually from having to do this back here. I hope you are doing well, by the way. It's a chaotic start to 2026. What can we say? Spire. Clip into the tree and put spire inside. Yeah, but it wouldn't be big enough to get the stuff on the perimeter, which is one of my goals, is trying to get, like, these 3 stones over here, too. Did he get rid of the perimeter thing? No, there it is. It's just inside the wall. Okay. I want to be able to get that. Okay. There. I don't think... I might be able to pull it even further this way. Still... I can't see through this frickin' tree. And what I'm looking for is the little blue dots to be on the other side of that stone. Okay, so I'm going to look at this stone, but I'm going to try and not move it from here. So like there. That looks all right. And that's probably going to get at least 2 of those crystals. So this is going to be a little bit tedious because I'm going to run back and I'm going to push the button and I'm going to see what it got. You're done with 2026 already? Almost choked to death at work and had to leave work because you're sick? No! What a crappy way to start the year. Well, I'm glad you were able to come home. Working while that sick sucks. And since I know you work in a restaurant-related role, sometimes you can't leave. So I'm glad you got to go home. Sorry that it was so awful. It's double pay. I missed 5 hours of double pay. Ah, balls. That sucks. So you got to leave, but then, of course, you have to sacrifice the pay for it. That sucks. Well, I'm sorry, but hopefully you will decompress by watching me have chaos. Hopefully. Hopefully I'll be mildly entertaining. You're alive? Hey. That's true. Okay. Very true. Sometimes you gotta look at even the most basic stuff. Like just being alive. Like, we will get to another day and try again. Oh, look how much it got off the tree right there. That is nice. Okay, it did not get the stones back there. But it got all the rocks from in here, which was the goal. So, those rocks. And, okay. These, I don't think it's going to be able to get those either. Or those 2, I should say. So, let's see. I'd like to be able to get these stones. So whatever we need to do to get those. Ideally, we'll get all of this corner. Okay, those are on the other side of that. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to get too much in addition to it. Is there anything up on top of this? Like, is it worth pushing this over? It's like just on the other side. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm not going to fuss. They're expensive, but it's fine. Alright, I'm going to go push the button again. And then we'll see what's still not getting picked up. And then one more to get those berries, but not today. And then that whole corner I can just skip. I do like the fact that I can push the button multiple times in one day. That is very nice. Okay. Okay. Like a decent amount of stuff. Oh, this is not the direction. We're going this way. And I might go up on the bridge and see. Okay, I did not get this side, but I knew it wasn't gonna. But it did get the rest of the crystals. And it did clear this corner, which is what I wanted it to do. So now I have to decide. Either the red. I feel like it's been a minute since I've done the red. All right. Do I want to go ahead and put another one over here? There's only 2 rock nodes over here. And I don't think there's anything up there. So I could prioritize these berries. And still just say, screw this corner. Because although it would be nice to get those, I could eliminate this corner for a short period. It's not going to kill me or anything to do that, but let's go up and see what's up here on this bridge. Because I might be able to decentralize. The berries are right under this, right? Now, if I put it here... No, god dang it! If I put it, like, right in the middle of the bridge, that's where I want to see. We're close enough, right? Close enough! Nope, that's not how I do things. Stop. All right. Push the button again, see what happens. I'm really hoping it'll get the stuff under the bridge and the stuff on the top. I don't know if putting it down low would have the same effect. But my brain feels like this is the better choice. Actually, we'll know here in a second. It'll tell me if I got stone and... Mirth Shade is the fruit, right? Got Whisper Bowl. It threw me off there for a second. I was like, how did it get sheep? I'm guessing what happened was sheep wandered close to one of the other spires. All right. So it got the berries underneath, to be expected. It did not get that stone. Did it get the stone? That's the ether. I was like, what the hell is that on the ground? Oh, I put it there. It did not get these. Okay. It is not really in the middle. So I'm going to have to pick a side, essentially. Is that on the other side of the stone? Can't really tell. That looks like it's on the other side of the stone. Theoretically, that should still work for getting the berries and this stone. And tomorrow we'll know for sure. Okay. 3 new spires. Fantastic. Time to run around, run around. Okay, what's going on? All Alrighty. But we're only 2 days until winter in the game. Well, 3, if you count today. I should put one here. Because this is kind of another little side quest area. Little offshoot that takes a little bit more time. And honestly, I could probably do it to where it gets all the stone I just got and get these cows. And that would totally be worth it to me. Ooh, gosh, my knees are angry. My knees are angry. Probably sat at the computer way too long today. It's the only problem with having your productivity be at or on a computer. Is that then your body goes, excuse me. You probably should move. At least every once in a while. Okay. Oh, that's why I'm still like habitually going to places that are collected by spires now. My brain has not been retrained to not go the same direction I have gone a lot of other times. A lot. Yeah, and I figure eventually if I put a spire over here to collect this corner, that the rabbits that wander away from that spire over there will get collected by this spire over here because the overlap will catch it. Or the almost overlap, depending on how I put them together. Alright, we'll go get Ombrow. We can get those when we come back down. I hear you up there, baby. With your pleasant music. There are aspects of the tune that plays when you come up here that remind me a little bit of Zelda. Ah, in the land of Samara, they feared a great tide called the Stillness. Every 10 seasons, a chosen soul walked to the ocean and did not return. One such soul, Yume, smiled and said, I will return as rain. And she did. Not in body, but in memory, in story, in kindness that fell quietly on grieving shoulders. Thank you. Some endings are just new water. I don't think I've had that one before. All right, hello. Will you please come with me today? Okay. Misbehaving cats. Although I guess that might make them a little bit more realistic if they make choices to not follow you even though you pet them. Sounds like a real cat to me. Might have to figure out a new pet this year. We were supposed to do it last year, but it did not end up happening. And I feel like there's some good reasons for us to potentially do it this year. So we'll see. We'll see. Wait till it gets warmer though. Although, man, it was 60 degrees on Christmas. So weird. And then it was like 20 over the weekend. Like, this sucks. Like, I don't like the cold. And I'm never excited for it to be cold. I am excited for all of the allergens and molds and everything to freeze and or die. Because my sinuses get so mad. But, like, this up and down crap, and it's been all year, has just been awful. Like, it's just, I mean, we're used to it where we are. we're used to weather changing and being very dramatic, but it's been more pronounced this year. Or, well, in 2025, since it is now 2026. More pronounced this year. All right. Go up. Whoop. Man, sometimes I feel like I'm extra floaty. Oh no. Grab these berries. You know, I wonder if I should. It's so. I'm so torn about skipping certain sections of my route. Because theoretically, I don't really need everything. I really don't need it. But there is something like to just kind of. Like if you've ever gotten in your car and just driven. Not to say I do that very much, but it's kind of that same thing where it's like you don't really have a destination. You're just kind of letting your autopilot take you places. Now, I don't do that very often. And honestly, my 15-year-old gets stressed out when he doesn't think that there's like a plan for where we're going. Or if we go off of our route, he gets really nervous about stuff. And it's like, there's something and to be fair, he rides his bike, so I mean, I'm sure he does a similar thing on his bike. But it's kind of like that, where I'm just kind of going through the motions of the circuit and not thinking too hard about it, even though I probably don't really need to do all of it, you know? So I'll just go across today. I won't fuss. Have a compromised immune system, so you don't go out unless absolutely necessary, especially right now with the flu going around. Well, I'm sorry you have a compromised immune system. That definitely makes things trickier to do stuff. And yeah, this time of year, like, I'm glad my kids are older now because they're not bringing home nearly as much crud as they used to. But man, when they were little, and, you know, classroom is just a petri dish. It's just awful. So I'm glad that I don't suffer from compromised immune system, but yeah, I don't want to go out without a compromised immune. I just don't want to deal with getting sick. It is one thing I don't mind about before the pandemic here. I remember seeing, you know, like how common it was in Asian countries for people to wear masks when they were sick. And I remember one of the things I thought when during the pandemic was like, I kind of hope, not that everybody in this country will do it because a lot of people are so anti-mask, but it was like, I wish that would take, you know, like kick off here. Like, if I feel like I'm starting to get sick, I wear a mask now because I don't want to get other people sick. And sometimes it's just allergies, but it's also like, if I am sick and I am around other people, I don't want to spread it. Like, because I remember, because when I worked food service and retail, how close people will get to you. And it's like, please do not. People did that during the pandemic. I was working retail during the pandemic. And it was just like, get out of my space. Please. Like, it's not very polite. And there's a pandemic on. Like, please just back up. But of course, you still have people that wear their masks all the time, too. The converse of that is true as well. The people that were so anti-masks that they didn't want to wear them when they were supposed to, and then the people that wear them all the time now regardless, you know. But it'd be nice if it kind of averaged out eventually, and like, because I feel like there's I don't know, I feel like there might be like a thing that people overlook sometimes. I was talking to a lady once and mentioned, speaking of being sick while working in the food service industry, that a lot of times people in food service and retail can't take off while they're sick. And those are the people that work with the public most of the time and are exposed to more people and therefore have more opportunity to end up spreading some of that crap around to more people. And she just was like, I never really thought about it that way, or, you know, in that light. And I was like, really? I think about that a lot. And it made me just think, did she never work food service or retail? Because maybe not. But it's like, man, if I could have worn a mask while I was having to work while sick, I would have felt so much better about it. I mean, I'm pretty good about, not anymore because I'm out of the habit and I'm at home and I'm itching my nose all the damn time. But when I worked food service, I got hyper vigilant about not touching my face and washing my hands all the time because everybody got sick this time of year. Everybody. Because, of course, you touch all kinds of stuff and it just spreads all of that crap around. And it's like, man, I would have much preferred to wear masks or had people that were sick, you know, maybe wearing masks, not while they're eating, but like just as a courtesy for sharing space with that many people. I don't know. I also remember when I was still working part-time at a library I used to work at and being told by the president of the library, like, if you're sick, stay home. And it's like, well, I don't get paid when I stay home, so... Luckily, they were not a place that required a doctor's note, but that's another prohibitive thing, too, where it's like a lot of people who work those jobs can't afford to go to the doctor, therefore can't get a doctor's note, or, you know, can't afford to lose the pay for the day. You know, there's a lot of reasons people in those industries work while sick. And it sucks. But yeah, I remember thinking, I was like, I can't afford to stay home. Like, I won't be around people, and I'll wash my hands and I'll do my best, but, you know, unless you're gonna pay me to be home, I can't afford that. Some people are nasty. Some people are nasty. That is factual. But yeah. I don't miss those jobs, though, that's for sure. Don't miss it. Stress of it. And the public-facing stuff of it. And I certainly didn't deal with some of the worst stories I ever heard about. Which was good. But, you know, I worked with people who had some pretty terrible stories. Or I was, you know, there when they were happening, too. Like, it's a stressful, both of those industries are stressful. And I'm very grateful that I was able to get out of it and work in a library now. And even though I can have stressful moments there, it is nothing like working food service or retail, that is for sure. It's actually kind of funny to me sometimes when things get stressful and I'm working with people who they've been working in libraries for however many years, and it's like, it's fine, guys, like, chill out. It's good, we're good. Used to have a lady come and pay her insurance bill on a 95-degree day with 100% humidity and pull cash out of her bra and it was soaking wet. Oh, I've heard stories about that crap. No, thank you. No, thank you. Why? In what world is that acceptable behavior? Like, I never understood that. Like, I'm trying to think of like a circumstance. Like, did she have to walk? Was she concerned about somebody stealing it before she could use the money? Like, you know, I could see being paranoid. But I don't know if it would be, like, if that would be my answer. Like, I don't know what would be my answer if I felt like that was the only way to keep it safe as I was going in to make a payment, you know? Or unless she just was fine with that. Like, maybe she didn't mind other people's sweat and therefore assumed other people didn't mind hers. You know? I don't know. It's hard to know. Like, do you ask? Like, why is this the choice that you made? Why is this the acceptable method? I just want to know. I'm not trying to be rude. I mean, inside I might be judging you, but I just want to know the answer. Like, what possessed you? Like, I've put stuff in my bra before, but usually it's when I'm like going out and I have 0 pockets and it's like stuff for me, you know? Like, not something I'm going to hand to somebody else, but like just so I can stash it in my bra. Like, but it's not anything that I would give to somebody. I don't know. She always came to your desk. Oh no! Ah. Doesn't that suck? I was like, why me? Do I have a sign that says, I want your sweat on my desk? Alright, I'm getting these berries, but then I'm not going up there. I don't need to go up there for anything. There's 2 rocks up there, and I'm not going to bother. Okay. To tell myself that I don't need to go that direction. Because I'll probably forget anyway at some point. Alright. Okay. Is that the circuit done except for out of Boundium? That's not too shabby. Yeah, I wouldn't mind working on some of the decoration stuff, and I want to get the rest of my produce stand. Nope, I'm not going in there yet. I want to get the rest of my produce stand set up so that I can have all of the variants of the new crops that I have out for sale. 100% want to do that. I've just been blowing it off because, well, there's so much to do. No, I let go. Damn it. I hate it when I do that. Is it because I is it because I teleported home? Is that why the cats didn't come with me before? That might be it. Because they were there with me just now. Yeah, they're still here. So maybe that's the problem, is that I teleported home. Oh, that's that. Okay. I thought maybe that was something new over there. Because I know he's been doing some stuff. But yeah, those are the kind of things that some people do where it's just like, you just want to know. Like, beyond any judgment, beyond any gross out factor, it's like, why was this the choice? Because it's not the kind of thing that most people would ask about, and it's also not the kind of thing that most people would necessarily be comfortable. Like, if it was a security thing, like making sure that the money made it all the way from point A to point B, because that seems logical to me. For all I know, it's completely not logical why she made the choice. But, it's not the kind of thing, it's like most people would look at somebody else and go, hey, if I have to bring my money from my house to, you know, the insurance place, and I don't have any pockets or I don't have a purse and I'm worried about someone stealing it, where would I put it? You know what I mean? Like, that's not the average question that you would ask somebody. Okay. Oh, no, they're here. I don't know why they didn't come with me yesterday. So weird. Anyway, you guys can come here. Turn around. Okay. And come here. I know it really doesn't matter if they're like standing on each other, but I don't like leaving them like that. Feels weird. Like that is even better because they're just right next to each other. Look how in sync they are with their little tails wagging. Hey, babies. Okay. And hello, Teddy. And oh, candle. That's what I'm doing. Because I don't think I paid anybody. I think I just spent all my money. Oh, and then I did the and then I was about to do what I would normally do. I usually damn it, woman. Finish the sentence. Okay, what I normally would do is I would go over to the edge and just jump off and glide down to the raft. But now that I've moved this thing, I need to retrain my brain to go this way. Okay, so if I was only going to do some of the crafting in rotation, what would I do? I would do the ore and the wool every day because of the leveling. I would do bees every day. And then I would cycle what? What would I cycle? The jam and the buzz? The fizzy brew? Oh, is that not ready to go? One day till harvest. Ugh. What? Yeah, I've gotta do something about my farm down here. Because it's a hot mess right now. I experimented and then I did nothing but just use it and add to it. It's made it hard to work with. Nope. I thought I watered all these. Maybe these were not all the same day to harvest. Like I said, I was just using up my seeds. So I don't even know what's planted in what. Okay. Alright. I should see if my husband wants to do anything tomorrow. Because although this week, I mean, I think the next few weeks are going to be tough. This year is going to be tough for a lot of reasons. It's not going to be all bad or all hard or all things. I mean, nothing ever really is all for a long time. Apparently Lily came with me. Hi. You can also stay on the craft raft. Do I have seeds left? Ooh, I just have 4 seeds to go. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll finish dealing with the seeds that I have. And then I'll figure out my farm. I can actually start doing something more pretty adjacent. Because I don't know if I can commit to actually being aesthetic. Let's see. Ether. But I think I'm going to have to be intentional with making time and space for some family stuff. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Which is good. I mean, like, it'll be a good thing. Oh, I hear a big yawn out there. Yeah, I told him. I hope they will get that in the night, since it's under the water now. Hello? Okay, I need to water things. There's nothing in there. Yeah, because see, I don't think everything actually gets watered, even though it looks like it's got a cloud over it. So I'm just going to water everything, including the empty plots, because I don't want to miss stuff. Yep, I'm just going to water it all just so I don't miss anything by accident. Because I did miss some stuff not that long ago. It really pissed me off. Because even though some of these have clouds, I can't 100% tell if they actually got fully watered. I'm just doing my best to try and make sure. Seed or no. Alright. Good enough. I do have more hives. These ones. And I have no idea what time the kids are coming home tomorrow, so it's like, do we actually want to do something? Or do we want to just... do what we did today, which is zone out for several hours. Not that I even know what we'd really do. Usually our go-to is a meal, but meals out are so damn expensive now that sometimes it's like, well... Alright, where are we at time-wise? Okay. So... not surprising, the chaos took up more time than expected. Okay. So I've done the ore, I've done the farming. I'm going to do the wool. And then I'm going to look and see which stock I'm a little bit lower on. If I had to guess, I would guess that it was the brew. Just because I've been doing it for less time. So let's look. Let's do fruit. Does this work? No, because it's not that. It's looks like we've got about between 2,000 and 2,500 on most jams. So now let's do all. Buzz. Definitely lower on the brews. All right. So we'll do that. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So yeah, maybe I'll get into a cycle of alternating what days I'm focusing on which crafting. I don't like how far that is. Feels further than I want it to. I think I'm just being fussy. Ugh, I didn't even crack 5 grand today. Balls. That sucks. Okay, so it still is taking longer than a full day. I think once I'm not doing the farming, that might help a little bit. honestly, this... What did I get to? Did I get to level 20 on the buzz brewing thing? The jams also take less time because I only have to put one thing in each device. This has 2 apiece. So maybe, because I was like, well, maybe I should do the crystals on one day, the jams on one day, and the buzz on one day. But I think if I'm not doing farming, maybe I could do the crystals and the jam on the same day. Because technically it would still be less than doing a round of the buzz. Nope, that's not how we do things. It's amazing to me what I still have under 10,000 fruit. Theoretically, I still haven't made it through two full years yet. Ah, no. This winter will be the 2nd year. But some of them I have over 20,000 and some of them I have like 7,000. It's just so funny. I know some of them you get less, right? And some of them are from winter maybe. So I haven't harvested them. All right. Not doing crystals. I will do lactomancy though. Because it is so close to being fully leveled that it's just... I can't stop now, you know? So I told my husband on break, I was like, well, I'd like to play for at least 30 or 45 more minutes, which means it's going to be closer to an hour. And it's almost been exactly 1 hour since I told him that. And then he was like, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, you know me so well. That's why I was like, you could message me if you want. You know, I was like, I'm trying to make sure that you know, have a say or feel, you know, like, if you want me to wrap it up sooner than I can. He was like, that's fine. I appreciate it. I'm like, all right. Because my parents said, oh, we can keep the kids a second night. I was like, you know, my gut instinct is like, sure, of course. And then I was like, oh... Because my husband needs some company right now. It would be helpful for him. And I was like, well, I was kind of torn about having my parents keep the kids another night because I was like, maybe you could use the company. But then I was like, you know, the kids might do their own thing and not feel like they're here anyway. Like if they go to their own rooms and play or do whatever, you know, you might still feel like you didn't have company. He's like, that's true. So, like, sometimes they won't get out of your business, and other times it's like, are you even in this house? I don't even know where you are. Usually they're just in their rooms. All right, lactomancy. Blowing off, feeding the Orling all night tonight, which means I've got a hell of a lot of stone to feed him the next time I actually take the time. I wonder if that'll make a difference. Oh, what was it? I saw somebody who was like, I give my Orling like 5 crates every day. I'm like, I feel like I did that very early in the game where I fed him very, very little at a time. And now if I have to feed him less than 5,000 stone in a single day, it's kind of shocking. I probably have like 25,000 stone right now. Oh, you're gonna post a picture of the last diamond painting. My diamond painting that I got is on this little dresser behind me. I told my friend I don't know when I'm gonna have time to work on it, and she's like, "Oh, you could work on it while you're watching TV." And I was like, "We haven't watched, besides dinner time, we haven't watched TV at night for like 4 months or more." We've both just been gaming. Like, we're so behind on everything. But maybe I'll do that. Depends on how much, like, how hard it is to see in there. Because our living room is relatively dim. We did it on purpose, but it is kind of hard to see some stuff in there sometimes when I'm doing detail work. Especially now that my eyes are not as great. All right. Got some... trying to look at my spires in the night. Oh, it looks like I might have colored a couple of them the same color close together. That's okay. And over there. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing them when they're all over the place, you know? There's a red one in there. But yeah, as they pop up all over the world, it's fun to look at them. Awesome! It's exactly where it should go. I gotta check out and see if there's anything else I want to do to that Discord before I decide what I want to do going forward with it, but it's kind of taken a backseat as I'm trying to do other stuff. Alright, is there anything else I need to do? Nothing else I need to do in here? Hey, I'll pet you again. I got the stone. I pushed the button. You know what I'm going to do before I forget? I'm going to pay everybody. Yikes. That was expensive. Okay. Do I want to go ahead and buy weapons? Before I wake up tomorrow and play more and I'm like, ooh, buy all the spires I can, I probably should buy stock of the things that are empty in the store. You know what I need to do is start at the bottom. Because this stuff has been out of stock for a while. Oh my god. As it takes over the window. It was done to honor your mom. Oh. Sweet. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Do I need anything else? I haven't really been paying attention. A lot of this stuff has had too much stuff for a long time. Like, to the point where it makes me wonder if people are actually buying things. Since it's... Oh... I haven't bought stuff in here for a while either. Good lord, my window is really full. It's all jittery over there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. It's not quite as jittery, but it's still annoying enough. Like, I kind of want to just do this. So I can't see it. I can still see it. Who am I kidding? Oh man, look how much money I just had to spend to restock stuff. That's crazy. Why? Oh, because I was hitting the wrong button. That's fine. All right. Yeah, I'll have to check out your painting when I get out of here. Okay. A little bit of chaos to start off a new year. Sounds about right to me. But we survived it. And we survived it with a relatively positive attitude. which honestly, sometimes that's half the battle, is like not letting it destroy your entire moment in time. Like, you know what? We'll just roll with it. So, Bookshop Simulator on Sunday. Next Thursday, since I did not stream Dreamlight Valley this week, if I'm going to start doing an alternating week situation, I will be streaming Dreamlight Valley next Thursday, and I have no idea what I'm going to do a week from Sunday. So, yeah, everything, all of my videos are going to be shifting. I've got to start a new Dream Snap series. See if I can do two whole years of consecutive dream snaps. That would be crazy. Who even am I if I do that? And then decorating videos, you know, still doing that. But yeah, quote of the day will eventually peter out because today was the last day that I am starting my stream with a quote of the day. And yeah, who knows what else is going to evolve. I have a whole week to kind of do some back end work. And I don't know how much I'm going to make it through just because, you know, there's stuff going on that is going to require time and attention. And it's going to take priority over, you know, the things that I had planned. But I kind of hope that I get to balance that stuff with the stuff that I had planned. And we'll just see what comes of it. And if it takes, if I don't get to it this week, then I'll get to it sometime in the future. Hopefully, eventually. But, Happy New Year. Hopefully your 2026 will be, filled with as much joy as is possible, even though life is not all one thing. But I wish you the best. And, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what comes of it. So, yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all of those things. And I hope you have a lovely day, night time, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I will see you next time. Bye.